Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to do something I never thought I would do, and that's reviewing a comic book. Specifically, a comic book called News from the Fallout. No, not that Fallout. This is a separate one, which I know may be confusing because in the Fallout series there is a radio station literally called News from the Fallout, but this is different. This is different. So, the writer of this comic is Chris Condon, Chris Condon, and the illustrator is Jeffrey Allen Love. And this is from Image Comics, which, by the way, the chief operations officer was Robert Kirkman. And if you didn't know, Robert Kirkman, a very prestigious man, if you ask literally anyone who is into superheroes, especially two certain superheroes, such as Spawn and Batman. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm putting it back and it's wrapping. Putting it back and it's wrapping. Because I don't want to mess with that mint condition. But anyways, this comic, I'm going to be showing some images of the comic, but I'm not going to be showing a lot of them because of copyright reasons, and I honestly don't want to get sued by Image. So, this comic is pretty damn sick in my opinion. Like, if you just looked at the cover art, right? It's honestly awesome, okay? And I believe this is one of the best comics I've read, this is the only comic I've read. Well, that's not true either. I've read other comics, like I've read Invincible and I've read like the Harley Quinn series. God damn, I'm just crying from how good this is. But this is the first physical comic I've ever owned. Now, the reason why this comic was so good is because its art style. I loved its art style so much, especially with its main character, Private Fallows. Private Fallows was a smart guy in this. A very smart guy. Again, I'm not going to tell you much about the actual story. But the main character is Captain Fallows. The captain or sergeant, I think it's sergeant. Man, you're going to see it on screen. But he got a hold of this porous rock. It was like, yes, and became all evil and shit, and decided to have his men be in the vicinity of a nuclear blast to see what would happen. No, I am not making that up. That is actually what happens, which, by the way, how they showed this nuclear blast and how it affects the other soldiers is just, it's just perfect. Another thing about this I really liked is just the ending, technically. I'm not going to tell you the ending. There's not really much else about this I can talk about without spoiling the story. It's like 20... If you want a good read, something that would take you like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. I don't even think it took me that long. If you want to read a good start issue 1 story that's like 20 minutes, I suggest News from the Fallout, which I got it personally on Apple Comics. No, this is not a sponsored video. If I was this small and they were sponsoring me, that's just sad. If I was to rate all the issues, make sure to drop a follow, make sure to comment, and make sure to like, because I don't get money. I'm broke. I'm broke. But that's about it. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.